Folks, it's 9:30. Sorry for the delay on Thursday night, January 28th, January 18th, 2018, here in Tokyo. I'm your host, Richard Pocky Kim. Apologies for the scruffy appearance. It's been a long week. And welcome to Pocky Suffers Free Entertainment, episode 49. Granblue Fantasy 101-ish. Unite and Fight. Today I'm going to go over some basics of the Unite and Fight event. I know people really aren't watching right now, but I will be able to share this at least and then to other folks afterwards so they can kind of get some idea what's going on. Unite and Fight, also known to many of us as the Guild War event, is where you and your guildmates team up to fight specific monsters that appear only from this event to earn honor and gacha tickets. Now, the gacha tickets you earn are like the other events, where you can only pull from that specific gacha, not the actual legend gacha, and attempts to earn, like, what are called colloquially Guild Wars weapons, but are known in the game as Revenant weapons. These Revenant weapons are used to unlock the Eternals characters, the 10 characters that are, quote, the best wielder of that weapon in the game, in the universe, in the game's universe. And excuse me. On top of that, they are just strong weapons on their own. So I'll go ahead and scroll down. Oops, that's not the game. That's the game. So we're here, Unite and Fight. Also, we're in the middle of Flash Gala, so if you want to try to spend your hard-earned diamonds, or your crystals rather, now's not a bad time. I'm saving mine up for summertime. So here's the Unite and Fight interface. You'll see folks in your group who are chatting along. And you'll have, at first, just these two options. Raid Battle and Raid Battle Solo Battle. These fights will drop the meat that you see here, this icon, to summon the harder versions of the monster, the hardest monsters, which are worth the most honor. You don't have to fight these monsters by yourself, however. That's why it's Unite and Fight. You can get your guild mates to help you out by doing your standard share to crew, which I'll show you in a second. You get tokens, and the tokens are used for these weapons right here. These are just 5 of them. When you first choose this, the game will ask you to choose one of the 10 weapons. Once you select that weapon, for the duration of the event, you will only have that SSR weapon as your option in your draw box. I'm on my 4th, as you can see here, and so I only have the 2-crown bow. If I had chosen the 7-star sword, it would be in this box instead. You'll note that all of the weapons, pardon me, it's a little dry in here. All of the Revenant weapons start out as light, so you may be thinking, well, I don't play light, so that's not going to help me. Well, along the path, as you are working your way towards unlocking the Eternal character, you have the chance early on to change the element to a different type. So you can change it to fire, or water, earth, wind, or dark. You can also, if you want to keep it light, you still have to technically change it to light. It's a little unusual, but it's something I'll go into some other time. Pardon me for scratching my back while I talk to folks about this. In addition to that, you'll earn the tokens like you do in a lot of events, these silver and gold tokens. and you get prizes. You know, champion merits, rupees, archangel weapons, and summons to feed your weapons. You get honors. I'm at 5 million right now. And again, same thing. You earn prizes. And then finally, Valor Badges. Now, these are special only for, specifically to the Unite and Fight event. First of all, the Valor Badges save between events, unlike other events. So, however many you earn during Unite and Fight will carry over to the next Unite and Fight. The prizes you can get for them, you can see right here, trade Valor Badges, and you get a number of options available to you. It will be tempting to trade your badges in for other things, but save them for the 275 badge exchange pack. That really is the best value you get with it. One Sunlight Stone, and that Sunlight Stone is how you can unlock your gacha, your legend pool, super rare character summons rather, which makes it very, very valuable. You know, these crystals and stuff are very tempting, but be patient. It might take you 5 or 6 or 7, 8 even Unite and Fights if you're at a low level, more casual guild like mine. But stick to it. This is totally what you want right here. 225 badge exchange pack. The 450, you know, this is a gold brick, 1 supreme merit, 2 champion merits, and that's it. This is for the really hardcore players who don't care about their summons anymore and such. That's not where I am. So, okay, let me. You can see your current cruise ranking. We're 7,192 out of however how many. There are 3 tiers: A, B, and C. And once you're in a tier, you fight against other people only within that tier. And the higher the tier, the more points you need. Your crew needs, the crew honors, are needed to stay there. The actual fight, you don't directly fight your opponents. It continues to be an honor comparison fight. Whoever has the most honors at the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. here in Japan, or 9:59 a.m. in the East Coast, and 6:59 a.m. on the West Coast of the U.S. Whoever has the most honors at that point wins for the day. If you win, you earn a certain number of valor badges. And if you lose, you might still get some. You'll still get some valor badges, but not as many. And that's this was for a long time the only way to get Sunlight Stones. Now that we have Arcanamen, that's another way, but that's for another time. Even if you don't have a crew that's really participating, just going for a Revenant weapon, honestly, especially if you're at the point where you can element change them, is very good because they're all very solid SSR weapons and pretty good for being used as a main hand weapon. So I highly recommend doing this, even if you're just fighting other people's raids and stuff like that. There's still stuff that's worth it to new players and casual players. Let's go ahead and show you one of these fights. This is the EX Extreme Plus. I'm going to go ahead and use my friends. Shiba here. Check real fast, make sure that my guess is right. There's no one watching. Oh, one person's watching. Alright, so if you have any problems, you can always request backup. Request the crew backup here, even though all my friends are asleep. And I'm going to admittedly beat up this behemoth. But yeah, as the fight event goes on, it's a 5-day event for the competition. There's a 1-day interval, which will be tomorrow, which where honors aren't counted and no one's competing, and that's for the guilds to farm the lower level monsters. So hard, very hard, extreme, extreme plus for meat to summon the other bosses. Once the event, the competition starts, at first you can only summon the level 90 bosses, but the Nightmare level 9 Nightmare bosses, and then later on, the level 95 and level 100 Nightmare bosses unlock, and they're of course much more difficult. And there are people, of course, who can fight them solo, but for the most part, you're going to want your crew to help you out. I'll go ahead and show you one of these fights real fast. So it takes 5 pieces of meat, 5 pieces of bait. We find a Quetzalcoatl. And so again, if fights like any other standard kind of raid. Do this. My fire team is apparently stronger than I originally thought it was, so request backup, just in case. Brace. Ah, screw that up. Oops. Oh well. More attack. So that's the Unite and Fight event in a nutshell. You also can earn more Valor badges by placing in the individual ranking, which is every player stacked with every other player. The top, I want to say, 80,000 players. I'll look at it in a second. Get additional badges, but that's a hard fight to do. That's a hard fight to keep up with that. It requires really playing hard in the game. I've done that once in my life. That was because I wasn't able to sleep. So. That hurt. Oh, one other thing is that as part of the Unite and Fight event, these 3 special items are put into the gacha for the event. So when you're playing through, you'll get these. You know, they're free effectively, so don't feel bad. Oh, hey, it's a member of my guild. Hello, hams. I guess someone's awake. Or not, or just didn't go to sleep. Alright, perfect. There are a couple of things about the neck, but I'll go bring up in a moment once we finish this fight. I may keep tonight's short. Actually, I'm a little bit tired. Been a very long week at work. Good, but long. And the usual prizes. Sometimes you can get the Revenant weapons as a drop, but it's super rare, so don't expect that. You get tokens for starting the battle, tokens for winning, and of course tokens if you have MVP. So mostly you get new badges and angel weapons. So all right, so in addition to the bonuses you get for being in a crew, there are also crew officer skills, which boost, as you can see here, various things during an event. During the event, you'll use them once, however many times a day. The only effect you can see here, it only affects Unite and Fight crew big bosses, so they won't help you fight the normal Magnus, Omegas rather, and something like that. The last thing is Bookmaker. Just keep this, read this yourself, but you can once the competition starts, so you get a betting card every day from the game, and the idea is every crew is put into a separate area, and you can bet on which area will have the highest total honor by the end of the day. And for using your betting cards, you will earn crystals. Choosing just a standard direction will earn you probably about 30 or 40 crystals. But you can also do like combinations, like I think it'll be north, then south, then east will be the top 3 in that order, and you might earn like 1,000 then. And of course, that's multiplied by the number of cards you bet. So you never know. Some people have won big. I don't personally do it very often myself. That's why I have 76. Let's see here. That's pretty much it, really. I mean, if you go to the raid area, the raid page, you'll see these. Oh, looks like let's get some help. Let's go ahead there. I hope they didn't leave. I'd feel very bad if they didn't get credit for this. Or maybe they've Yep, they retreated. I wonder why. But you can see here, you can fight any of these, and you will get honors and such for the fight, and tokens. Um, Fights that happen after midnight, during the actual competition, don't count towards your crew honors, but they do count towards your personal honor. So if you don't really care that much about it, you can still keep doing fights. A lot of people will put up a fight right at the last minute, and then people will just kick in and just keep trying to fight them as fast as they can. So, um, and that's Unite and Fight in a nutshell. Let's see here. You can see our rankings. The top 13,113 cranked crews are currently advanced to the finals, not including the seeded crews. Wait a second. That's A tier. Huh. Alright, so we're not going to be... Ranking in Guild Wars also affects the crew bonuses you get later after the fight, after the event, so... But you can actually see every ranked Mahora Dakunch. So apparently, I guess they're F ranked. The heck? Average rank 194. Oh my god. Yeah, so I was thinking, hey, how's it going, Rob? I'm gonna guess they're actually all named after... Yup, they're all named after Negima characters. Of course they are. Asuna's 200. Negi Sensei's 200. Is he the only Kai? He's the only guy. That's really funny. There's a Hanana. Good. 200, 200, 200. Oh my god. Are they actually in Seed Orbit? Oh my god. There's Hazie, right. Yeah, okay. One. Oh, Aisaka. How the hell did they put... Did they actually add them to the crew in that... Oh my god. Wow. Wow. That's kind of frightening. And two of the members are out because of illness. But yeah, we're at 7,300. We're not going to make B rank. That's fine with us. We are a casual crew, so... So that's Unite and Fight. So you can, for people who are new to the game or lower level, you can also do, again, these fights for pieces of bait, which you can turn 3 pieces of bait into a whole bait, and then you need 5 to summon a boss, so you need 15 pieces. You know, it's... The boss, as you can see here, they're green, so it's wind. So fire is strong against it. But you don't have to bring a fire team if you don't have one. Or your fire team's not your strongest. I personally like to play what is known colloquially as the rainbow style, which is I try to fight the enemy with the proper element when I can. I've played long enough that I have enough teams for that. So, let's see here. That's pretty much everything you need about Unite and Fight, except when it's time, you go to the shop, Go to the weapon series, and here it is. Revenant weapons. Refine, unite, and fight revenant weapons to encounter the Eternals. And so you take... I don't have any spare bows. I do have axes, however. Or daggers, rather. So I can take a dagger, an element, and change it. That's the stage I'm at right now for this. These are all element changes, actually, so the next step would require all of these materials, which looks like a lot, and, you know, it's not necessarily like in a single day pickup kind of a thing, but can be done. You know, this is definitely a long-term thing. This is not the kind of thing you should be trying to rush your way through just to get an Eternal. Eternals are long-term projects. I only have 2 myself, and I've been playing the game for a while. So, if people are interested, I can maybe do a mini guide on that later on when I have some more time. I believe each of these summons a different character. The 2 crown bow summons Twayen, the archer. The 7-star swords summons I can't remember his English name right now. It's Siete in the Japanese, though. Tin Wolf Gun summons Tien, also known to me as Esser. In Japanese as Ether, rather. So, yeah, each of these is related to a Eternals character. I have in my team, except Esser, or Tien. She's pretty cool. Later on, you can also unlock them to the 5-star level, which takes a very long time. And makes them even more powerful. They're very powerful characters on their own as it is. And then the 5-star version makes them even more powerful. So, and then the other Eternal character I have, for folks who are curious, is right here, Twayen. Not sure what language that is, but oh well. Excuse me. Twayen was actually the very first Eternals character I ever unlocked, of 2, because I like playing light. So that's Unite and Fight in a nutshell. You may see people talking on Twitter about 40 boxing when it comes to this, and what that means is that they are attempting during the next 5 days, or 7 days, I guess, to get enough tokens to spin through the gacha, the token draw, 40 times to get 40 copies of the weapon they need to do the 5-star unlock. And that's just one part of it. It's just as insane as it sounds. I'm working slowly on that, and my goal is to have. I'm hoping to get maybe 10 or 11 boxes worth of tokens by the end of the event, if I'm lucky. I could just spend Saturday and Sunday doing nothing but playing this game, but I'd really rather do some other stuff too. But some people do that. You know, whatever floats your boat. I mean, if you really love the game that much. Like I said, the Eternals aren't going anywhere, thankfully. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to this. You can see your stats here, your character name, how many tokens you currently have, how many badges you currently have. I have gotten only gotten 1 Sunstone through Unite and Fight so far. My playing the game. I'm gonna go do a token draw real fast. I've got enough for And you can do 100 at a time, thankfully, because otherwise it would take forever. It just keeps spinning over and over and over again. And there you go. One other thing is that under the draw settings button right here, you can choose how many times you draw it once if you want to do more or less. You skip the draw animation, which I always do. And then you have auto sell settings. Your weapons and summons. So when you draw, it'll say you might get like, X many rare weapons or whatever, and instead of putting them in your crate, it'll just sell them off automatically and give you the rupees instead. It's very nice that they do that. They didn't used to. It was very frustrating. And we're hoping they do that more in the future for other things as well. So, oh, surprise ticket. Since it's up right now. The surprise special draw set costs 3,000 mobile coin or Granblue coins or what have you. So about 3,090 yen, give or take. When you buy it, you get the surprise special draw set ticket, which lets you choose any character you want from a specific list, and a 10-spin ticket. So you can just put that aside or use it right away. So you can see, a lot of good options here. You can't choose the limited characters or the Gala Fest characters. And for this particular one, you can't choose the brand new gacha characters, Tereze and Ipatsu, or the characters from the last event, the new gacha characters from last month, the new Vasaraga or Ilza or Carva. But there's a lot of good characters to choose from. You can choose only one, mind you. But this happens. They do these every so often, so you can't get everyone you want on the one try. You can always try again later. Buy another one later on. As for who to choose, that's up to you. Some people like, I tend to go for characters that will be strong and help out my team. And I'm currently working on shoring up my wind team. So I'll be choosing Lancelot here, more than likely, unless something changes in the next couple of days. Other people just say, go with your heart and take it your waifu or husbando. And I will admit that I chose the maid's last surprise ticket because there was no one else I wanted at that time. When Lancelot wasn't available yet. And I like their gameplay style, actually, where they swap stances and stuff. The maid variable. Servant's turban. And their so there's still, as you can see here, I have a lot of characters I still haven't gotten yet. So you can also, if you, for some reason, don't care about any of the characters anymore, which would mean you probably don't need this tutorial anyways, you can also choose what are known as characterless SSR weapons. One very popular one is Gisla for Dark, or the Crimson Finger for Fire. they're very strong weapon abilities, or weapons rather. So you can also ticket summons. Some people do that as well. Athena is very popular because of her damage cut. 30% is pretty helpful. Becomes 50% later on at max level. Macula Marius is very popular also. Extending break is really helpful for some really hard fights. There are the super carbuncles like Gilgamesh, who give a bonus to attack and defense of the proper elements. So like Gilgamesh gives a bonus attack to earth and bonus defense against wind, or water rather. So there's plenty of characters you can choose. You can't choose the best summons that are available. You can't do Bahamut or Lucifer or the primals, so no Zeus or Varuna or Agnes. But otherwise, there's a lot of things you can choose. So there you go. You know what? I'm not taking so well. I'll do one spin, why not? And I get nothing. Alright. A dark knife. What do you do? The new characters for this event, by the way, for this gacha, by the way, are Teresa, an amazingly beautiful dress. She's a duelist. She was one of the very first characters actually put into the game. So it's kind of nice to see her finally get a new version. And Ipatsu, Master of Ramen. It's very cool looking here, I think. It's got the noodle scoop and a ladle for broth. These are not swords, by the way. Those are giant chopsticks. So addiction to ramen prevents other buffs from taking effect. But again, you can see, everyone's, because it's Grand Fest, certain characters are back in the pool, like Drang, Sturm, who I'm hoping for eventually. Unfortunately, do not have Summer Bea in here, but oh well. Oh, goodness gracious. Normally around now I'd be offering to put up stuff for people to fight, except it's, morning for most of the folks back home, so. I don't think anyone's watching except for South Rob. Oh, hey Figment. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty much all I can really talk about for Unite Fight. I mean, showing you the actual fighting itself is not going to be that interesting, really. I'll just be autoing a whole bunch of stuff while I blabber away. Showed you this guy already. Oh yeah, be sure to do all the fights that you can. And again, Other than this one, you can ask for help for the others because they're raids. They're also worth crystals. You get 50 crystals for each of these, clearing them once. So you can get up to 300 crystals for the non-bait summoned ones, and then 50 per each of these as well. So worth doing if you're trying to save up crystals. We got a board. We can put information for the people to look at. Wow, I'm nowhere near Sean. 2 hours ago. Sean didn't go to bed till 3? Wow, man. But you can see who your top 5 players are at the time. And for total honors as well. Wow, Sean. Sean's going hardcore on this. That's pretty much it, really. The surprise tickets will come up once in a while. I'll always try to mention that to people when they're around. Flash Gala is looking like it's going to be the new. They're going to be doing 2 galas a month from now on. The Flash Gala in the middle, and then Legend Fest, the Legend Gala, Grand Gala, I should say, at the end of the month. We'll find out at the end of this month if that ends up being the cadence of doing. That's kind of cool. It gives people more chances to get the characters they really want, which is good for us and for them. It means more people are spending more money, of course, and it means us we have more chances. So, if I hadn't already spent my Arcanum point passport for the day, I'd show you this. I'll go over this next time, but Arcarum rather, is a new event that's been retooled from an old event, and you can slowly earn your way towards unlocking new summons. These, you can see them here. These are the 10: the Hangman, the Devil, the Sun, Justice, the Moon, Judgment, Death, Temperance, the Tower, and the Star. So they're based off the tarot cards, and each one has 2 effects. Their main aura effect, as we currently used to, of course, but they also have a sub aura when they're not the lead. I have a friend who's into tarot, so. And of course, they're all elementally themed. So, Earth, Fire, Fire, Water, Water, Wind, Dark, Wind, Earth, Light. I'm going for the Star myself eventually. Actually, you can see what their abilities are by going to the shop. I'm not sure why they're a separate entry, but whatever. And if you haven't unlocked them yet, when you click on them, it'll tell you what you need to unlock the card, and then what they will, what their stats will be and such. So, main aura, 60% boost to when allies attack, not bad. 10% boost to defense, but sub, 3% boost to all when allies damage dealt against Earth foes. That's very specific. The Tuba Cats, as they are colloquially known to some of my friends, that's Judgment. I don't know why that's Judgment, but there you go. And then after you unlock them, this becomes a different set of material, well, similar but greater numbers, to unlock the later versions. The final version, the super rare version, the most powerful one, requires a sunlight stone, which, as I mentioned, you can get in Arcarum for 30,000 points. Oops. Right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with the super rare versions of my Arcarum cards yet. We'll see. Part of the problem right now is I don't have enough Lightborn Astra to take the star very far. I can do unlock them right now, but I'm woefully short on these two items, so we'll see. But again, Mikishi Nichiro, of course. Boost to light allies multi-attack rate. Boost rises based on turns passed for its main. And then 3% boost to light allies damage against dark foes. So, unfortunately, I do not have any way to get voice clips from him. Death is another option, of course. Yeah, Michiko, huh? Huh, alright. So yeah, same thing. Main the sub. 80% boost to Dark Allies attack. 30% hit to HP. Okay, keep that in mind. 30% hit to HP. Not boost. Hit. So she's strong, but y'all gonna die. So I'm currently leaning towards either Justice or the Moon for my water team. Because she gives a boost to hit points for her sub-call. Or sub-aura, rather. And a 60% boost to water attack is not necessarily bad either, really. Temperance is another one I kept running into for a while. Another hit point boost. So the Fire, Water, Earth, and Wind Arcarum cards all do either a boost to hit points or a boost to attack for their sub-calls, for their sub-auras, rather. Light and Dark only get the attack up, because there's only 10, not 12. And these 5 items here, the Saphira Stones, the Astras, the Aedeans, the Proofs, and the Hazes, all come from Arcarum only. Other items will come from the rest of the game, so. The sun was. Oh, excuse me. The sun was a very popular target up until now because of the current guild war as a wind boss, so everyone was trying to shore up their fire teams since you have 3% boost to fire damage. Fire allies damage dealt against wind foes. So. Also, this is a really cool call. Fire ally in first position attacks twice each turn. For however many turns after you do the call. So there you go. That's that. That's their Arcarum. I'll actually show you the way the game works. It's kind of like a board game. Or it's a dungeon crawl, effectively. So. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really, right now. And even though it's not too late right now, I'm a little sleepy. I'm gonna probably go to sleep, actually, because it's been a long week. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream and then post a link to this online so my friends and those folks who are curious about Unite and Fight can watch it while the event's still going on. So thank you for joining me, or watching this and recording, whichever. and I will be back on Sunday, to play Battleship Brigade. Definitely play Battleship Brigade. I might play a little bit of the uh, Monster Hunter World beta to see how it works out for me. Um, and that'll probably be it for now on Sunday. Um, one thing I'm considering actually is getting the karaoke software for Nintendo Switch and doing karaoke on stream, but that'll be something for people to think about on Twitter and such. So, thank you for joining me, folks, and I hope you have a great night or great day, depending. And I hope to see you Sunday. Take care.